Let's have it, ladies and gentlemen. So today's episode, we're going to talk about Manor Solomon. Of course, again, he opens up about his future, and of course, we're going to talk about Noah Lang because lots of publications are coming up with this Noah Lang report to Arsenal. Man, it's seriously, it's actually becoming a lot at the moment. So, what is the whole hype about this youngster? Another report will be reported to you guys, so stay tuned for that. And of course, Loic Perrin, Saliba's ex-teammate, has something to say about William Saliba, and of course how shocked he is why he did not get a chance at Arsenal, at least to prove his worth. Everything will be spoken about, so let's just jump into the first news that we have is of course about Willow Saliba. So let's just talk about Willow Saliba. The first news is Loic Perrin says, I don't understand how they did not even try him at least once. When you observe him since his beginnings at Saint Etienne, he's calm, cool, lucid. In one-on-one situations, he's got extraordinary footing and always gets out of it. Furthermore, he's a great kid to have in a group. At Nice, after many months without playing, he was good immediately when Nice were in bad form. And at Marseille, in a crazy atmosphere, same thing, he doesn't get carried away. He could have given something to Arsenal. Let's see how things will turn out. And well, of course, Loic Perrin is shocked as to why his mate did not get his time at Arsenal. So moving on, Papa Wenger spoke to Dan Roan of BBC News to speak about the football calendar. He says that it's really chaos. He says it's chaos in the program. There's no clarity, no simplicity, no modern way to organize a season. What we first would like to say is that the international match calendar is fixed until 2024. So until then, nothing can change. I want to reduce the number of qualifiers. That's what I propose, and to regroup the qualifying period. That's exactly what Papa Wenger is actually trying to do. He says option one is to play all the qualifiers in groups of 4 in 1 month in October, or have 2 touch points for the national team, one in October and one in March or end of February. Then have room for competition at the end of the season. That I think would be more modern, because it would separate better the clubs from national team football, and it would give more time for the clubs to concentrate and have a place nearly the whole season to focus on that target, and as well to create space at the end of the season for the national teams. The question is, the biggest problem is that the calendar is completely filled till 2024, and whoever thought that this was a very good idea, it wasn't a very good idea, man. Really, the players are really drained, and that's why you see a lot of, I mean, the best thing that would happen is that a lot of younger players will get the national team experience, and of course more and more exposures, since the first team players are, they might be injured, or they might be having the viral infection. You never know what happens. Yeah, so that is the only benefit, but apart from that, I think it's going to be good if the whole workload goes down, but it won't happen until 2024. So that's the sad part. But moving on, well, according to Lukasz Baszek, he says that according to Arsenal website, eToro has been on the club's roster of official partners with an estimated deal worth of about 1.5 million pounds per season. Well, that's the crazy part. But you know what's the best part? Arsenal supporting the supporters. That is, there is this hashtag Arsenal supporting supporters, wherein Arsenal, like just right now, is supporting the local businessmen. I mean, you can talk about Tollington, you can talk about auto parts, all the spares and accessories for the cars. They're all advertising with. They're all advertising for the community, and that's what Arsenal is great. I love Arsenal just for this, man. So good to see that. But let's talk about an advice given to Bernd Leno by none other than David James. Well, he's been, of course, you can see how Bernd Leno is now fallen behind Aaron Ramsdale, because Mikel Arteta has realized what are the shortcomings of Bernd Leno. and how he does not fit into Mikel Arteta's system of gameplay. So David James has instructed Leno to make the most of his opportunities both in games and on the training pitch in order to force his way back into the Arsenal playing 11. Speaking to Sky Sports, David James said, Aaron Ramsdale has got an opportunity here to take the number 1 spot. Bernd Leno, unfortunately, is going to have to do a lot more in training and in the cup games to force his way back in. For me, right now, Ramsdale is the keeper of the gloves. Well, it's pretty much clear that, how things will turn out to be. We all know Leno in his previous interview said that, of course, he is hoping Arsenal getting into the Champions League, but more importantly, is not being offered a new contract. And it is also clear at some point of time, Leno would want to try something different, but this time, according to him, according to the goalkeeping age, whatever the reasons that he gave. So apparently that is that about Bernd Leno. What will happen? Only time will tell. Moving on, let's talk about Noah Lang. It looks like Arsenal are reportedly ready to challenge Leeds United for Noah Lang. That is according to Worldball 24. The Dutch starlet is on the radar of a lot of clubs. Lang was a key target for Leeds United during the summer transfer window. In fact, just last month it was claimed that the Whites had indeed agreed a £21 million deal to bring Lang to Ellen Road. No deal ever got over the line, and Lang has since started the season well in Belgium with Club Brugge. After hitting 17 goals last season in all competitions, the 21-year-old has already struck 4 goals this term. Worldball 24 claimed that the race for Lang will hot up next summer. However, the price for Lang could go as high as 30 million euros, which is 25.6 million pounds. Worldball suggests that those sort of figures could well put both Arsenal and Milan off. Lang has already been successful in his young career, even both the Dutch and Belgian leagues, while he's already firmly knocking on the door for the full Netherlands squad. Very interesting talent, but then right kind of profile for Arsenal, the way that they're signing new players. But the how should I say this? Let's see if that's going to be happening or not. Whether Arsenal will consider him, because the national team experience is a big problem. But let's see. Well, apparently Barcelona are reportedly weighing up the possibility of signing Alex Lacazette. Well, according to Fichajes, again Barcelona still hold an interest in Alex Lacazette, and it looks like Alex Lacazette may join Barcelona, but then that's the big question: will he be considered? The problem is Luke De Jong on loan from Sevilla is what Barcelona got, but Sergio Aguero is injured as well, so they might look elsewhere. But more importantly, another club is reportedly interested to sign him, and West Ham are also interested in signing Alex Lacazette. But speaking to 90 Minutes, Paul Merson spoke something about that, Lacazette might be wanted by these kind of players. So Paul Merson says that there would be a lot queuing up for Lacazette. A lot of queuing up for him. I mean a lot. West Ham, he would suit West Ham. He brings players in and they have got legs around at West Ham. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, West Ham might be a proper destination for Alex Lacazette. But if you ask me, I don't want him going to a Premier League rival or any club for that matter. Alex Lacazette should switch leagues. But you know what? Once someone's a free agent, you just can't get it done, could you? Let's talk about Manor Solomon, because he's ready to join Arsenal after 17 million bid. Well, Arsenal have offered 17 million to Shakhtar Donetsk to sign Manor Solomon. That is according to Sport 5. Well, yes, in a recent interview, the player revealed that the Donetsk management is fine with his decision to part ways with the team around next summer. He says, I explained to Shakhtar my main goal. I really like the club and the city, but I explained to them my dream is to go to the biggest leagues, and they understand that. Solomon says, if money had been my priority for a long time, I would have signed a new contract with Shakhtar. But my first priority is football. First of all, to get as far as possible, and only then the money. Money is important, but football and the dreams come first. No matter how much money I get, I won't go to places like China or Dubai because I want to reach the highest level. Well, you all know, Aston Villa were reportedly keen to signing him, but then they went for Leon Bailey instead. So let's see whether the Israeli is on the radar of other clubs or not. But Tim Sherwood claims that there are only 2 Arsenal players that would get in his combined 11 with Tottenham, Tim Sherwood believes Tierney and Bukayo Saka would be the only Arsenal players to make it into a combined 11. Let's hear out what he says. He says, out of a combined 11, Tierney certainly gets in. Aubameyang, I'm not sure because he's not been great. I still think Son and Kane are the two strikers up there. We'd have to have Saka in there, but really it's a poor bunch, to be honest. No one is standing out for me as the rest are still developing at Arsenal. Odegaard will be a good player. He scored a fantastic free kick at the weekend, but it's not easy to pick a combined 11. Sherwood has admitted that he doesn't like the tactics of either managers, but believes Spurs could have the edge. He says, why would I pick out of the two managers? Well, I don't particularly like both styles of play, so it's difficult to choose. I know Mikel is trying hard to play his style with the slow build-up from the back, and Nuno likes the oppositions to have the ball. So you're talking about a real contrast of styles. If Arsenal are not in this game, and if I'm Nuno and I'm going back to what he knows best, and I'm not criticizing Nuno as there's no right or wrong way to play the game, but it's what people prefer, and he's always played that way. I don't want to react to this. I just don't. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. Cheers.